So we've just called into the Oasis Roadhouse, escaped to the outback. Now, what this place has is Australia's smallest bar. There it is there, Australia's smallest bar. Go in and have a look. Bar's open. Australia's smallest bar. Outback Australia, Aussie water and hold. You can come in and sign the wall.
So Dave's having a beer in the Australia's smallest bar.
Yeah,
how cool is it?
You wouldn't want a couple of big burly truck drivers in here.
No. So we have arrived at Discovery Park at Undara lava tubes. Let's go and check on in. So this is reception here. Going through to the gift shop. So you have all the souvenirs here in the gift shop, from hat pins to books to magnets to shirts. And then come out the back here, out of the carriage, and you've got this beautiful area. You can enjoy a drink, come and have some dinner, some breakfast. Look at that old train carriage over there done up as some seating. How cool is that? So happy hour is 3 till 5. We've even got a menu here. A lunch menu. Chicken palmy, tacos, calamari salads, burgers, garlic breads. That's just on the first page. Oh, that must be the lunch menu. And they'll probably have a different menu for dinner. But how cool is this deck area? Wow. Oh, and some beautiful little lorikeets or something in the trees down there. I just saw. Cool little carriage out the back here as well.
We're here at the Undara volcanic
Lava tubes.
And tonight we're going on the sunset tour, which there isn't a great deal of sun out. It's fairly cloudy, but apparently it's better than the last few days. And we don't know what really to expect. I think you get a glass of wine or a beer and maybe some cheese and bickies, and then after that they take you down to a cave that's full of bats. So yeah, we'll see what goes on. Then in the morning we're doing the wind tunnel tour, and then in the afternoon we'll come back and we'll do the archway tour. So yeah, we'll bring you along and show you what it's all about. But we're just at a little waiting spot near the actual reception, and there's 3 buses in front of us, which I'll show you in a minute, but apparently they'll, depending on how big the crowd is, they'll take 1 or 2 buses.
At the moment, I don't know how long it's going to go for, but if you book a tour and you stay here at the Discovery Park, you only pay $10 per night for power and water. So it's a really great deal, but like I said, I don't know when it's going to end. The season's only going to get busier, so best to ring ahead and check to see if you can get some sort of deal.
I think it goes from April through to June or something like that.
Yeah, so if
you look on the side, it'll tell you.
Yeah, if you guys want to come here and do some tours, make sure you jump online and definitely book.
However, by the time this goes to air, it may already be over.
Absolutely.
So there's the buses I was talking about. So this is a bit of a waiting area. So over there you can see on the wall, that's where they have the Archway Explorer Tour. And here's the wind tunnel and the sunset tour. So they have a lot of these old carriages around that you can actually stay in. So you get off the bus, then you walk up this little dirt track, and apparently we're going up to a hill to watch the sun set. It's a very easy going track. So this morning we're doing the wind tunnel tour. It's 8 o'clock in the morning it leaves, but they leave a couple of times a day. And then this afternoon we're going to do the archway tour. Now the archway tour has a lot of water in it. The wind tunnel tour has a lot of rocks to get over. You go in one way and out the other. They tell you you've got to wear closed shoes. I've got my good old Crocs on, but I'll put them into four-wheel drive mode and see how they go. Apparently, speaking to the gentleman here, he said that, yeah, he goes, you'll get through with them. He goes, but there is a lot of rocks. He said, preferably you want like runners or boots or something else. Anyway, well, we enjoyed, Ros enjoyed last night.
Yeah,
I thought last night was alright. Wasn't the be all and end all, but no, it was good.
Yeah, it was alright.
I've done better sunsets in better places. They had wine for everybody. There was only one can of beer, which I managed to snavel. So they need to sort of ask people what they want to drink or take more of a choice.
Just a few little finishing touches that would make it that extra bit special, I reckon.
The platter was pretty good. Salami and cheese and bickies and dried apricots, nuts, just the normal.
Yeah, all local cheese from the Atherton Tablelands.
Yeah, but we'll do this morning. I think it goes for 2 or 3 hours. And really looking forward to it.
We've got the national park here. So as I mentioned, there's 72 craters through here. So you've got Undara here. It's about 10 to 15 kilometres from here, Undara crater. So not accessible to the public. It's only about 20 metres high. Undara was a shield volcano. So when you feel the leaves, you can actually tell what the name of the tree, what it is. Yeah. Well, usually the blokes guess.
Like sandpaper.
Yes. Well, there you go. Yes, that's not just the blokes. You got it. It's sandpaper fig tree.
Hey, sandpaper fig tree.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, it was all right. I think I liked the sunset one last night because I think because you're out in the middle of darkness, you see a lot more animals and stuff. But it was pretty cool walking through the tunnel, the wind tunnel systems, though.
I'm actually looking forward to the
archway.
The archway because of the water that's in the cave. I reckon that'd be pretty cool.
But it's pretty. Like if you do come out here, pay the money and do a tour because it's the only way you can come here. But it's very unusual and different.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm here at the Undara lava tubes at the Discovery Park's camp. I've got Ken with me. G'day, Ken.
G'day, sir.
How are you, mate?
Lovely. Thank you. Wonderful.
Mate, could you just tell the people out there whereabouts we're located?
Okay.
What sort of accommodation you have here, and what tours you have to offer?
Sure. Okay. So we're west of Mount Garnet, about 100 k's, just this side of Mount Surprise, which is the gem fields at O'Brien's Creek. You may know them down there. And we're as you say, Discovery Park, located inside a national park. So we're inside the Undara Volcanic National Park, and we've been here for the last 3 seasons. We're closed, as you know, through summer. Because
okay, so that's your season. So come summer, you shut down?
We shut down totally for 6 months.
Right.
We're wet and we usually get swamped in, and we can't actually get out. We definitely can't receive guests coming in because we don't know when you'll be able to leave.
Okay, now you were just saying you're a Discovery Park or G'day Park or which?
Correct.
Yeah,
Discovery.
Now, Discovery.
Yeah.
Now, what sort of accommodation do you offer?
Okay, so we got multiples. What's unique with us is we have the old railway coaches. So we have 23 railway coaches on site. Half of those come from the Sunshine Coast route. They were made in Ipswich, and the other 11 were actually made in Rocky and used out on the Winton line. And we didn't buy them, the previous owner did, the Collins family. They bought those back in the 80s and set them up as accommodation, and all the units around us and the restaurant, that is all part of those railway carriages from way back there. We have the newest we have are the homestead units, which are directly behind me. Those are the homesteads. Nothing is for big families. They're all more couples and a kid. Yep. They're about as big as they get. If you want bigger than that, you come with your big caravan and you go into our lovely van park.
I noticed you do have those glamping tents.
We have the glamping tents, yeah. They are due for an upgrade. They've been here quite some time. We've bought one now which we're going to install to test and see if it's going to work for us. So that's another option, but also they are for pairs, for couples, more than anything. Some of them you could perhaps put in 2 kids, but usually it's just for 2, so they are there. And then we have a large section of unpowered sites as well. Obviously the railway carriages, we have 7 of them. 2 of those are set up for wheelchair access. We have that as well. And then we have the 6 units, which are the pioneer huts, back that way, right behind the railway carriages. Also double bed, all of them. That's how we roll, is with singles.
Now I notice inside the carriages, it's really quirky the way that it's done up, but it's different, it's good. Now you have a restaurant in there, which obviously you have chefs out here that prepare lunches and dinner. Do they do brekkie as well?
We do bush breakfast.
Bush breakfast.
That's what we offer. So that's a tour you book separately, and you walk out into the bush where we've set up 2 fires, one for billy teas and coffees and one for toast. Okay. You've got to toast your own toast. And then we've got one of the chefs down there on 2 gas burner hot plates, and they'll give you your sausages, hash browns, anything that kookaburras like. We cook down there. Now
last night, another tour, we did the sunset tour last night. And that was amazing. Up on the hill, we actually did get a bit of a sunset.
Yes.
And it was quite nice to sit up there and just have a chat, have a beer. We actually got a beer or a wine. And the cheese platter from the local cheeses from the local area.
That's right. They were
Gallows, quite tasty.
Yes.
And then after that, we went down to the cave and seen the little micro bats.
Yes,
and stuff
correct.
Like that.
Yes,
So
that's pretty.
Well.
Yeah, we have a breeding colony of bent wing microbats. At the moment, they're probably around 40,000 bats in that tube, not cave, yeah, and they can go up to 80,000 bats in there, and that's what you would have seen last night. We take you just as the sun's going down, as the bats come out, and you can experience them in their full flight as they come out over.
Yeah, we got a bit of footage of that, especially with the red light. They look
correct.
pretty cool.
That works really well. Yeah, that's great fun. Yeah, so we offer that as well.
This morning we did the wind tunnel.
Correct. That's another
tour,
one. Yes, that's
which
lovely.
We found that quite interesting going through. It was nice
Correct.
and cool down there. It sort of
Correct.
reminded us of Cooper Pedy.
Yes.
Underground.
Underground.
A nice temperature that stays the same all year round,
Correct.
sort of thing.
And something I stress on tours: our tubes are not underground. Okay. If you go to Chiligo and these, they are underground. They're really underground. All our tubes formed on top of the ground.
Yep.
And they're covered with a roof. So they're on top of the ground.
Okay.
You feel like you're underground,
Yeah.
but you're not. You're always close to the surface. So I stress the guides to tell people that you're not underground. You're actually on top.
And I think the other tour that you have is the one we're about to go on this afternoon, which is the archway tour.
You've not done that yet.
No, can you tell me a little bit
Oh, well.
what we'd like to expect or see on
so
that?
you've just done the wind tunnel, which was dry. Okay, you walked through a couple of tubes during that tour and you kept your feet dry. When you go down into the archway, there are 3 caves pretty much. There's the archway, then there's the Ewerman, named after the Ewerman people of this area, and Stevenson at the top end. They are flooded. So in Ewerman we have 2 meters of water at the far end, and in Stevenson we have 6 meters of water.
Is that common, or is that like a rare?
It is supposed to be a 1 in 10 year event, which has now happened 4 years in a row. All right. So very
Breaking the cycle.
Unseasonal. To just give you facts quickly, we average in this area around 700 millimeters. For the last 4 seasons, we've averaged 1,300 mil. And this season, so far since November, we've had 1,647 mil, which has totally flooded the tubes. But it's a once in a lifetime experience.
Yep.
Some people might be upset they're not going through a tube. You've done that by doing the other tour.
Yep.
So you've been through a tube, you know what to expect at the other end, and now you're going on the one where you can't get through, but you are seeing water and it looks like a Caribbean island in there. It's you need to swim, but we're not allowed to swim. It's not in our contract.
One other thing that I noticed, you have a lot of bushwalking tracks around here that people can go and do their self-guided walking tracks, and you have the crater you can drive out and have a look at, and I think it's a 2 kilometre walk around
the top of the crater. And that one is open to the public. You don't need a tour to do that one. That's the only one that's actually open to the public, is the Kilcarney crater. 2.5 kilometre walk around the top, and you can see a vista of the whole park from the top of the crater. Our other walks, a couple of them have now, because we've had such wet seasons, they are overgrown, and there's about 3 of them at this stage which I personally have walked and remarked so that you don't get lost. So 3 of them are available to go and have the longest one at the moment is probably 2.5 k's, so 3 round trip. And also all lovely walks. One's to the top of the bluff where you can again see everything around us, and the other one is the Atkinson lookout, and all those are public access. You can come into our caravan park and actually go and do those walks.
I saw the day visitor parking up the hill there.
Correct.
Sort of thing.
So many people just pop in and then, we've got tours, and then they'll perhaps go on a tour. Sometimes they like it so much, all right, we're going to stay a night, and we appreciate that when they actually stay longer.
Okay, and just before we wrap it up, roughly how many days would you recommend staying out here to see everything?
Okay, so I spoke to a couple this morning who actually said we're staying 4 days. So they're doing a tour a day, and a walk a day. And that way you get to do all the walks and all the tours. We have the swimming pool on site, so you can spend some time there. Most evenings we have somebody playing on a guitar and singing next to the pub. So 4 days is what I would suggest coming in for. And if you're doing a round Australia trip, what's 4 days?
That's
in
right.
your journey? It's easy to come and spend the time here.
And last of all, mate, how can people find information online? Are you on Facebook, Instagram? Are you
Correct.
on a website? Like,
Yep.
how can people
So
find you?
we're only on a website, and that's the Discovery Parks website. At the moment, there's a little bit of confusion because there's a second company opened up, and they are registered as Undara Lava Tube Tours, which is what we give you.
Yep.
But they've the monopoly on the name, so you may get confused and land up on the wrong site. It's not a Discovery site.
That was something that I did notice. If you paid for a tour through Discovery, you could stay in the caravan park, full power and water
Yep.
at the moment for $10 a
For
night.
$10.
And I think that goes through till June
Correct.
or something, or so,
Correct.
April through to June,
Correct.
which is absolutely outstanding compared to the normal price that you would pay.
Correct.
No, that's been really, really good. I'm really looking forward to doing this tour
Yes,
this
tour
afternoon.
this
Ken.
afternoon.
And
That's
pleasure,
about to leave.
Pleasure to have met you, mate.
Lovely. Enjoy the
No
rest
worries.
of your trip.
Thanks for your
Wonderful.
time.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you.
This morning we did the old the wind tunnel tour, and now we're about to go on to the archway tour. From what we just heard from Ken, going to be pretty interesting. There's a bit of water in there, so it's really cool. And apparently it's a turquoise colour and looks really beautiful. But again, we'll take you along, show you what's in there, and
Yeah.
we'll give you a review afterwards.
Yeah, we'll give you a review of the whole 3 that we've done, the whole 3 tours when we get back, and we'll let you know which was our favourite and yeah, if it's worth doing one of them or all of them.
Yeah.
Down to the right hand side of you here, we have a beautiful big turkey mound. Great display of what he's doing in here, digging up all that leaf litter, making his nest. That's what he's trying to do in your garden beds if you won't let him.
So the walking's quite easy. It's all on a boardwalk with a few steps, but very easy going.
How does it feel down in here?
Cooler.
Yep, no wind, cooler, a lot more moisture. You guys are now standing inside of the collapsed lava tube. So you've come down one side over here, we've got the other side up here. Yeah. Now how did all of this happen? So I told you there's 164 volcanoes in the province, but only one of them made lava tubes. That was in Undara. 25 kilometres that way. Makes it pretty special. So all of the other volcanoes were the ones like what you see on TV. The conical shaped, pyroclastic exploding, erupting, lava going everywhere kind. Undara was different. There's 6 things that you need to be just right for a lava tube to form. The first is a different kind of volcano. So Undara was a shield volcano. Like a Viking shield, just plopped on the ground, only about 20 metres tall. The second was that it was active for a long time. All of the other volcanoes erupted once. Undara erupted on and off for 20 years. The butterflies.
Yeah, there's been a few around.
So the butterflies are most of them, the common crow butterfly. The caterpillar is poisonous. And then there's another one in here called the imitation crow. It hides amongst amongst them, keeping safe.
That is stunning.
Is it not? It's incredible, hey?
That is beautiful.
pool area, a couple of deck chairs, smaller pool for the kids or just for sitting in, and then the deeper pool. Nice little pool. On a hot day, absolutely refreshing. Okay, so I've just come down to the accommodation here at the Discovery Park's Undara lava tubes, and we've been fortunate that they've opened the carriage up for us to come down and have a look. So I'll just take you in. This is the outside, and then as you come in, it's like an old train. You've got the old racks up there for your suitcases and bags. This is your bedroom, air conditioned, old school carpet. Then you come through into the bathroom. They all have their own individual bathrooms, with your toilet, shower, and hand basin. Quite roomy, actually. Very, very surprising. And then on the other side here is a sitting room with a couch that can be folded out or laid on. The old fridge, some coffee making facilities, a couple of fans. But how cool is this? It's like being back in the old days on a train. And there's the archway that we were down at yesterday. Absolutely beautiful. So now I'll show you inside the Pioneer huts. They have their own little veranda, little table and chairs to sit out here and watch the animals. And then it's a room, air conditioned with a fan. It's quite cool. Same sort of a couch. This one's 2 single beds, fridge, coffee making facilities, and a more luxurious and bigger bathroom. Big shower, huge shower, toilet, cupboards in behind, and your hand basin. But again, very, very nice. Now I was just talking to Ken, and the place generally opens up in April and goes through till the end of September. So make sure that you come down in those few months, and if you don't have a caravan or you're just away for a weekend from Townsville or Cairns, stay in one of these beautiful facilities that they have. The other one that they do offer is the glamping tents, which I went past before, and you all got to see the outside of them. But my price would be coming up here and staying in the trains. The trains look absolutely outstanding. So now we've just popped over to the homestead, which is just beside the swimming pool and only about 5 minutes if that from the actual reception. So as you can see, they're a lot bigger place, a lot newer. You got the little veranda, come inside, very modern, beautiful, cool, same facilities as all the other ones, just a lot newer. A little bit about history about the people that actually lived here and around the area. And you come into the bathroom, and beautiful toilet, hand basin, and check the shower out. All modern. So yeah, very, very nice. So going up in level, you have the Pioneer huts, Then you have the train or tram, and then these buildings here. So these are the newest, and out of all of it, these are the most expensive, but they're all very nice accommodation. So it just depends on your budget. And then, like I said, if not, you've then got the tents. Okay guys, we'll catch you later. So doing something different. I'm actually walking up to reception instead of driving. Going up for a beer, having a little traveller. And we'll go up and see if there's any music or what's going on in the world of travellers. Don't have too far to walk. But yeah, we'll see what's up here. So that was 3 nights at Discovery Park's Undara lava tubes. Now, speaking to Ken the other day, he was saying give yourself 4 days. Depending on how you are and what you want to do, you can space things out. But we got in, set up. That night we went on the sunset tour. Next morning at 8 o'clock we did the lava tunnels or lava tubes.
Oh, the wind tunnel?
Sorry, the wind tunnel.
The wind tunnel tour.
And then in the afternoon we did the
archway tour.
Archway tour.
Which was my favourite.
Yeah, it was probably my favourite too, seeing the water and that in there. Now what he was saying was it's generally once every 10 years. However, due to all the rain they've had up here in the north, it's been like that the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But we did 3 days and that was comfortable. We had a day yesterday of doing nothing. I actually went out and put the drone up over the volcano. And yeah, we had a day doing nothing, so realistically we could have done it in 2 days.
Yeah, but you don't, if you've got the time, don't rush yourself. Like, don't get in, get out and then go somewhere else, because you wear yourself out. Like normally when we're traveling, we'll have a rest day in between different days, just so we can, you know, take time out to ourselves, read a book, catch up on some video editing, or just sit outside and have a nap.
Yeah, but I recommend coming out here.
Absolutely.
And speaking to Ken, he told me, and I seen it on the map, and I wanted to go to it, but there was no signs, there was nothing. There's another volcano that we're going to go to now, but Ken told me how to get to it, and what, obviously, if you've got a drone, you can get to it, and you can put the drone up there. So he told me about it, so that's where I'm going now, and it's only about 10 metres high, but it goes down underground a fair way, he said. So I'll put the drone over it, give you a bit of a look. And I had a bit of a look at it on Google Maps, and it looks a bit like Wolf Creek Crater, but
wow,
not as high as Wolf Creek Crater. So that's on the major highway. You've just got to pull up. It's basically on the corner of the national park here, but it's outside the national park. And so Ken told me about it, and that's where we're going to go now, and then from there we'll go up to Inn at Hot Springs. But it's telling me 30 minutes to get to this volcano, and the thing is, it's a little bit of backtracking, but not much. It's only like 5-10 minutes of backtracking. But if you're coming from Hewenden Way, you actually go past it. But if you look on Google Maps and you can see where it is, you pull up just on the road and then fly your drone in, have a bit of a look around. They close it down to the public, but it's open to scientists and orphans.
There you go.
Right, guys, we'll take you with us. So, Undara lava tubes was a good little spot that we found. We lucked it and we chose the Arch tour as our third tour, and it worked out. That was probably our favourite tour, and at least we got it at the end instead of getting the best at the start and then going backwards. So yeah, now just remember, it's what, about the 20th, 21st of June, so you've still got 9 or 10 more days of the month left. So if you're in the area and you want to get that $10 a night accommodation, ring them up, book it, and book a tour through them. So yeah, laughing. But that's about it. Anyway, it's that time again. Joke time with Dave. But this one's not going to be a joke. This is just a statement. Hey Roz.
Yes, Dave.
Do you know a stork may bring you a baby, but a swallow never will? Catches.